Oh, heck yeah. Awakener's Orb on the 4th kill count. That has got to be a good sign for things to come. Desert Treasure 2 has finally arrived to old school RuneScape, and I must say, it is pretty damn awesome. The quest introduced 4 new bosses and a bunch of unique items into the game. Today, we're going to jump into one of those bosses, Vardorvis, and see if we can get some new rare drops. 4 new bosses is a lot of content. Let me know in the comments below which of the new bosses is your favorite. For you regular viewers, I'm sure that you've noticed this isn't the channel namesake account, JuicyBeet my Iron Man. I've popped onto my old main account so that I could play around with the new content for a bit, since JB is a long ways off being able to do it just quite yet. We're doing Vardorvis first because, well, I have bugger all equipment on this account. It kind of just sits around in skills these days, so it had to be a melee boss since that's the gear I had lying around. The Duke Succulus is the other melee boss, and even though I completely suck at PvM, I felt even for me he's a bit too easy, so I wanted to practice a little bit more. I figured I'd try to take on the harder one, Vardorvis. Just to prove how bad I really am at PvM, I'll show you the kill death count at the end of this video. It's something else, so stay tuned for that. Hopefully a little bit of motivation for anyone out there that's a bit daunted by the new bosses but just want to give them a crack. Anyone can get them done at the end of the day for fun, although it's probably not quite worth it from a GP perspective if you've constantly got to go to your graveyard. So we're going to pump through these 100 kills real quick, and here's the Awakeners Orb that you saw at the start of the video. We got on the 4th kill count, a very nice way to start the grind, and we managed to sell that for 2.6 mil, which was pretty awesome. But yeah, we're going to smash out these kills real quick in the video, but I can assure you it was not quite that quick in real life. Speaking of not so quick activities, the quest itself is rather long as you would expect, and honestly you'd hope for that from a Pinnacle Grandmaster quest. I thoroughly enjoyed playing through it, and if you're into your lore, then there is so much content for you to work your way through. Definitely not going to go into spoilers here, but yeah, a lot of cool new places and a lot of characters brought together. So here, we got another little unique drop, the Strangled Tablet from just our 17th kill, carrying on our early luck. The tablet can be used with your Ring of Shadows to unlock a teleport closer to the boss, and each of the bosses have their own new respective tablets. Another cool little set of items are all the quartz drops, the Blood, Ice, Smoke, and Shadow, one from each boss again, and these are used to attach to your Ancient Scepter, which gives it an upgrade and gives you some sort of special bonus to each of the respective Ancient Magic spells. And speak of the devil, here's a little blood quartz drop that we got from Vardorvis at 24 kill count, keeping up the lucky streak so far, 25 kills in and already a handful of unique drops. So in addition to the Awakener's Orbs and tablets, there are of course the new Big Daddy drops. The Virtus robes are the brand new magic armor set, which are geared towards a slightly tankier build, with more prayer bonus than the ancestral robes, although when using ancient magics they get an extra damage boost and should be best in slot. The robes can be dropped by any of the 4 bosses. No drop rates are confirmed yet though, so it isn't known which boss is the best to farm. If they all have the same drop rate, then obviously you'd just farm the fastest one to kill, but we'll have to wait and see. Of course, if you're after all the new rings and you're not on a main account who can just buy it, then you're going to have a crack at all 4 bosses. All the bosses drop chromium ingots, which are used to make the new rings, but there is also a unique piece to each boss for the 4 respective rings. Vardorvis, for example, drops the Ultor Vestige, which is used to make the new Ultor Ring and upgrade to the Berserker Ring. The Leviathan drops the Venator Vestige for the Archer's Ring upgrade, the Venator Ring. Duke Succulus drops the Magus Vestige for the Seer's Ring upgrade, the Magus Ring. And the Whisperer drops the Bellator Vestige for the Warrior's Ring, the Bellator Ring. All these rings are now the best in slot replacements for their respective Dagganoth King Ring. Ultor for strength, Venator for ranged, Magus for magic, and Bellator for... I'm not sure actually, I don't know. The slash bonus has to be good for something, right? What do people use warrior rings for? I have no idea. I'm so bad at PvM stuff. The last of the big ticket items is a brand new 2-handed weapon, a new 2-handed axe called the Soulreaper Axe. It joins the likes of the Rapier, the Blade of Saldor, and the Scythe at the tier 80 attack requirement range. It's got a pretty cool little effect that stacks up over time. Essentially, each hit will drain 8 hit points and give you a stat called the Mighty Stack. Each of these stacks will give you a 6% boost to your strength level up to 5 stacks, and then at that point you'll stop taking damage, but you'll keep the damage boost as long as you keep attacking and haven't stopped for 6 seconds. It's a pretty cool little effect and something new to RuneScape, I think, unless there's some other new weapon that's coming that I've just completely forgotten about. It's like picking up some sort of battle frenzy in like a barbarian type character and just building up damage as you go in combat. But whilst it gives you that massive damage boost, it can't be abused like a one-hit KO weapon type of thing. Although on release it was bugged and apparently people were hitting several hundred damage with it on dummies. The axe itself is tradable, but if you want to make it on an Iron Man, again, you're going to have to fight all 4 bosses because each one will drop a unique piece, and once you combine them all together, you'll get the final axe itself. I actually don't think I explained what the Awakener's Orb does. I just went and sold it for cash because I'm never going to use it myself. But basically, they let you access a higher version of the bosses, an awakened version, I believe it's called. These bosses are of course much harder to kill, but in return you get an increased chance of unique drops and also the opportunity for the Ancient Blood Ornament Kit. This ornament kit is a cosmetic change to the Torva armor for anyone that can conquer all 4 of the Awakened bosses. Don't think I'll be running around in that anytime soon, although in saying that I don't even own any Torva anyway, so it doesn't really matter. One final thing to do with all the drop rates of the bosses is they seem to all have a pretty cool little mechanic, which is if you avoid a certain amount of presumably avoidable damage, then you get a boost to the common drop rates of 50%. So for example, the blood rune drop of 200 blood runes will become 300. I don't believe the exact thresholds are known yet, but I don't think it has to be perfect kills because I'm pretty sure I got the boost even though I got hit on 1 or 2 occasions. But alas, the fun is almost at its end. We've got one more kill to do because the quest kill count counts as 1, so we need to go to 101. Let's go see if we can get one more good drop to wrap it up, and then I'll reveal the deaths and PB. And nothing. Oh well, we had a strong start and got some cool little uniques, so I can't complain and had a lot of fun doing it along the way. So here's the final tally. Unfortunately, I think the tracker missed a few kills, wasn't working all the time, but 6 mil isn't too shabby in the end. Obviously, you want the really big uniques to pump up that price, but also if you do it without taking too much damage, you can get those extra 50% common drops I mentioned. Something a little bit different today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoyed the quest if you've done it yourself. As always, guys, please drop a like and a sub if you've enjoyed the video. It really helps me out. And the moment of truth, how many deaths were there? Yeah, I really suck at the game. I have no idea how I got a PB of 114.